Whatever happened to a fair day's pay for a fair day's work? That's what Truckie Wayne is wondering. He was hired to transport a load 1,200 kilometres and did the job, only to be offered half the agreed amount at the other end. And that drove Wayne to take a stand.
It's Sunday. I've moved from Geelong over to Epping. Obviously need to wash some clothes. This is getting to me now.
Wayne's world.
I don't know what to do.
Stuck in a truck, 1,200 kilometres from home. There's a chair in there. In fact, there are hundreds of them, and a dozen desks as well. Stuck in limbo in one of the strangest standoffs you'll ever see.
My invoice is not in negotiation.
It's Bathurst truckie Wayne Webster versus Richard Furnari. Well, you going to talk to me on camera?
No, there's no need.
Short story, Mr Furnari from National Trucks in Geelong orders a monster load of office furniture to be delivered by Wayne. The father of three with trusty sidekick Rex agrees to deliver the load for $3,400. He leaves Tamworth for Sydney, picks up the furniture from West Pennant Hills and trucks on down to Geelong. So far, so good. What happened when you got the National Trucks?
Well, I pulled up, they told me to go around to the other side of the building and go inside, and they would unload me there. The guy started pulling the curtains apart, and the Richard Furnari said, I'll go and pay your invoice now, but I'm only paying you half.
Why?
He said that's all he thinks it's worth. People can do it cheaper.
And there you have it, the start of a standoff. Neither bloke will budge. What do you call hundreds of chairs and a dozen desks in the back of a semi? Well, in Wayne's case, you call it home. It's the great furniture face-off, and Wayne says he's not going anywhere until his invoice is paid in full. And the bloke who ordered the furniture says, it's okay, enjoy your stay. Day after day, night after freezing night, Wayne and Rex waited out in the semi. In a way, aren't you hurting yourself though by hanging out?
Look, I am, but if you look at the load, I can't unload this by hand. I can't put it anywhere. I don't have a depot down here. Who am I going to pay to unload it? How much am I going to pay them to store it? I'll be backwards anyway. So, and do I go back with an empty truck? Do I leave the truck here and go back and hire another truck?
You're stuck.
Cost, yeah. Still cost and loss.
You're stuck.
Yes.
Wayne says it's a matter of principle. He wants the amount on the invoice, $3,400, which he claims was approved by National Trucks. Richard Furnari says it's a matter of principle too. He says Wayne arrived late in the wrong type of truck. The invoice said 2 trucks and Wayne only had 1. And he says he had to send an extra truck to pick up the rest of the load. Wayne disagrees and says he brought the whole lot. I'll put you on to Wayne. And can you have a civil chat to Wayne?
So, mate, I don't understand how you think that my invoice was negotiable, and all I want to do is get paid for what I'm entitled to and get unloaded and get on with my life and get home. I've been here for 8 days.
Then, out of the blue, Mr Furnari agrees to up his offer from $1,700 to $2,400. Okay, well, we've spoken to Richard.
Yep.
He's firm, won't move.
No.
And he's offered you $2,400. Will you take that?
No.
You're going to stay?
I'm going to stay. It's the principle. Not only for me, but every other owner-operator.
Okay. There you go, Rexy. You're going to hang around for a while, mate. He's a pretty cruisy character, Rex. I got you a present because you've been stuck out here for so long. There you go, mate. Good boy. Wayne, how much do you think it's cost you this past couple of weeks with fuel for your truck, hiring the trailer, lost jobs and other associated costs?
18 to 20,000.
For a $3,400 invoice?
That's right.
It's not good math, is it?
It's not.
As other truckies go about their business around him, the Tamworth truckie sits pat with his 300 chairs.
Tell ya, I don't want to be in his shoes, but the law. He's got to go through it, so unfortunately it happens to everyone.
It's going to be noodles again today. So, just preserving what I've got because I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
Richard alleges Wayne is unreliable. Wayne claims Richard is unreliable. Richard says Wayne's invoice is dubious, which Wayne denies. Richard claims Wayne has had many court appearances over the last few years, and Wayne confirms he's been to court numerous times, but says he's no criminal. He says the matters range from voting fines to assault, and in that case, Wayne insists he was the victim. Wayne did face court over the purchase of his truck in 2018, but that matter didn't proceed. In this current dispute, Richard claims Wayne's charge for the truck is excessive. Wayne says his rate is his rate, and the invoice was agreed to before he picked up the goods. Yes, there is a lot of mudslinging between these two, but at the end of the day, there's still a 51-year-old father of three sleeping in his truck for weeks because he alleges he's been denied a fair deal.
Well, this is just a terrible story. This is a story of a truckie who's trying to look after himself and his family. An owner-driver, small business, backbone of Australia.
Michael Caine is the National Secretary of the Transport Workers Union. Too often, he says, small owner drivers in these disputes have it much worse than big, wealthy companies.
What we need is a tribunal in place that can look at these disputes and can very quickly get to the bottom of them so that we don't have Wayne having to sleep in his truck for days. This is outrageous.
Do you think Wayne is a reasonable man? Completely unreasonable.
What he's trying to do is bully me. But guess what? He's not going to bully me.
Wayne says you're bullying him. He's bullying you. Under the watchful gaze of Rex, Wayne and Mr. Fenari argue invoices, pallet numbers and principles.
It's just getting ridiculous. Why can't this guy just pay me?
3 days later, there's movement at the server.
So it's day 11. Richard Fenari has been messaging me constantly.
Wayne claims Richard has raised his offer to $3,200 with a caveat. We abandon the story. Wayne refuses.
Well, this is cruel. It's totally heartless and cruel.
Richard now claims Wayne is demanding $15,000 and that our story will go away if he pays.
I can't handle this. My daughter's birthday in a couple of days. I'm going to miss it. I never miss her birthday. She's only 9.
Today, day 14, and the standoff continues. The kibble's running out and Wayne's hanging out for every last dollar. While Rex guards the semi over at National Trucks, Fluffy has her own sitting.
I just want to go home, and so does Rex.
Yeah, well, we can now tell you the standoff ended after 21 days when Wayne decided to drive home with the furniture still in his truck. The Transport Workers Union is offering him legal advice.